Hello. Thank you for tuning in to What Keisha. On today, we're going to continue on our talk about distractions. But today, we're going to talk about Peter. Peter was one of Jesus' disciples. And what Peter did was, Peter got distracted while walking on water. So we're going to go in the story about Peter. And we're going to look in at Matthew 14, verse 28 to 31. And it reads, And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thy, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come. Jesus said, Come. And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boistering, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou little faith, wherefore dost thou doubt? Now let's go back and look at this now. Peter asked a question. Peter asked Jesus if he bid him to come, he would come. Now, this is what happened to some of us as Christians. A lot of time we ask God, we say, God, we'll go, we'll do. And God said, okay, well, come. But we'll get distracted. Peter got distracted. He got distracted because of the wind. He saw the wind boistering. Now, we can't see wind. But just imagine the storm that was going on surrounding the boat before Peter got out of the boat. Now, we're going to back it up some. We're going to talk about that because that's a significant part. Because after Jesus had fed the 5,000 and more with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread with 5 little biscuits and 2 salmons, 2 sardines. Yes, I mean sardines, not salmons, but sardines, the little bitty fishes. Well, that was a miracle. He decided to send the disciples away on the boat while he go and pray. While they was on the boat, it was a storm brewing. It was a storm brewing. They was out in the ocean. And Jesus walked on water to the boat. Because they was afraid. They was scared. And they don't just imagine them seeing Jesus walk on water. They thought he was a ghost. But he wasn't. So that's why Peter asked Jesus, say, if it be unto you, call me. I want to come out. Now, Peter was brave because nobody else got out of the boat to even try to attempt to walk on water. But Peter did. Even though Peter was brave and he got out of the boat and he started walking on water, the wind distracted him. He realized the wind was going. Then he became fearful. But he was the only disciple who had the courage to get out of the boat. But as he began to sink, he knew who to call. That's what happened with us. When we get distracted and sometimes things get out of hand, we know who to call. You called on Jesus. And he always comes through for us. But it was a thing that Peter did that we have to look at. Even though Peter got distracted by the wind, a lot of times when we get distracted by things in life, it brings on fear and uncertainty. If God told you to walk down the street and you don't know nobody around you, and so happen a dog bark, That's you're gonna get distracted. And then fear gonna come in. Uncertainty. That will happen. That will happen with us when we are doing the will of God and we get distracted. And here come fear, uncertainty. Sometimes it's just a matter of someone saying something. You heard God told you to go, to do, and all of a sudden somebody distract you. A phone call. Somebody knock on a door. And all of a sudden you distracted. Now you got fear and uncertainty. Should you do it? Should you go? Or someone say something. Oh, why you doing that? Why you going? Heck of your fear and uncertainty. Because you got distracted. That's what happened with Peter. Peter was on the right course. His faith was there. He got out of the boat. And a lot of us need to get out of the boat in life and take steps to God. Jesus is right there waiting. He's right there with his hand out, stretched out, waiting on us. So when we get distracted, remember, distraction brings on fear and uncertainty. But what part I love the most about this, that when Jesus asked him, he helped him, but he asked him, why ye little faith? Sometimes when the wind distracts us of life, we don't need to lose our faith. We need to know for certain, deep down, that no matter what going on around us, Jesus got his hand stretched out and he's there to help us. So tonight, as you get ready to go to bed, when you say your prayer, remember, it's nothing too hard for God. And Jesus' hand is stretched out, ready to help. So if you find yourself distracted a little, remember Jesus is there. Just call on him. Because distractions will bring on fear and uncertainty in our life. Until tomorrow, be blessed. I pray God keep you as you go on your daily job tomorrow. And remember, distractions only comes when you allow it. Only when you allow it. Then it'll come. So, be blessed. And shalom.